with Matt Kenseth, driver of the number 20 Dollar General Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Fastest here in first practice at the Brickyard. Talk about the way your car is set up for the weekend and how it feels after that first practice.
Yeah, I felt like we had a really good hour and a half. It was productive. So one of our goals was to try to get a good lap in case it does rain tomorrow. They always go off first practice speeds, and we've been bit by that this year. So we want to try to lay down a lap early when the track was as good as it could be, and we're able to do that in case there is bad weather for qualifying. And then we just worked hard on race trim the whole time. Felt like we got through a lot of stuff. Felt like we gained on a lot. I feel like we're closer than we've been, in a long time in, balance and in speed. So, still got a lot of work to do tomorrow, but I felt pretty good about today.
Great. We're going to open up the floor to questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question for Matt. We'll start up here with Kenny. Just remember to state your name and affiliation.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Matt, how do you feel about your chances when you come to Indy? I mean, is it a track that you enjoy competing on? You feel like you typically do well here? Is it one that you still are trying to find, a better way around, or what?
Well, all above, I guess. I've always felt like it's been one of our better racetracks, but you just really don't know until you get there and you get into the race, even through practice. So even last year we had an incredible year, and we ran so good at so many places I'd never ran good at before. But then we went to Indy, and we finished well, but we really didn't run very well last year compared to how we ran everywhere else. And Texas has always been one of my best tracks, and the last 3 races there haven't been as good as they used to be. So you just never really know. Like I said, my car drove really good today, so that's encouraging. I feel like every week as an organization we're getting closer and getting faster and getting stronger, putting more cars up in the mix. So, I feel good about it, but a lot of things got to go right to have a shot here. You've seen a lot of different races with different strategies, and all kinds of things happen here. So, but the first part's having a fast car. We seem to have some speed in it, so hopefully we can, build on that.
Go back to Bob.
Bob Parker, Sporting News. You said you feel like you're a little bit better as far as balance and speed. If you are better balance and speed-wise on Sunday, does that indicate anything for kind of the 1.5 and 2 mile tracks?
Well, you hope the stuff carries over everywhere, but I thought we were really competitive at Kentucky. I thought we took a big step forward there at Loudon. I felt like all 3 cars were all top 5 cars. The 2 definitely had everybody covered, but other than that, I felt like we were pretty even with most of the cars, better than a fair amount of them. So you hope so, but Indy is really, really unique. I don't think there's another track even close to what Indy's like.
Right to David.
David Caravello, NASCAR.com. If we don't get rained out tomorrow, what do you expect group qualifying to look like here, given how temperature sensitive this racetrack is? Is there going to be a lot of guys sitting on pit road waiting for a cloud, or how do you think it's going to unfold?
Man, you're asking the wrong guy. If you look at my qualifying numbers this year compared to last year, obviously I don't know. So, I think that it's going to look a lot like practice. You're going to want to get one lap, and you're going to want to be in the best area you can be in, and try not to have other cars around you. So 3 rounds here is a lot, the way that the tires drop off, and like you say, is temperature sensitive as a track is, and it's as sensitive as the cars are to traffic as well.
Any more questions for Matt? We'll go up in front.
Yeah, you've never been the type of guy that gets too far up or too down, highs and lows, according to your success or not success. Does that help you adapt, help you feel better this year after a great year like last year?
Yeah, I mean, last year was such an incredible year. I know we came up short of the championship, but we exceeded every other expectation we ever could have, I think, dreamt of, putting the whole thing together. So obviously expectations are high, and when you're sitting here almost in August and don't have a win yet, you always get asked about that, especially with this new system and all that. But the year really hasn't been a bad year. I mean, we had a really bad month there where I wrecked it 2 or 3 times and had some other things happen. But we've just been, as an organization, lacking just a little bit of speed, and I feel like we're gaining on that. I feel like we're getting closer. I just think the rules changes and the things that happened over the winter just affected us, differently than some other teams, and it's taken a while to get caught up to that. But overall, I feel like from a team perspective and execution and pit stops, all that stuff is probably better than what it was last year. So as soon as we get, I think, the speed to go with it and have some things that go our way, I think that it's possible to get on a roll. So to answer your question, yeah, I mean, you never forget how hard it is and how hard it is to win races and to run up front. So you have to really enjoy it when you can, and just keep working at it when you're off.
Do we have any more questions for Matt Kenseth? Let's go back here to Chris.
Matt, ChrisKnight.com. There's been a lot of discussion this week whether or not the Brickyard is the second most popular race on the tour. Does that fall in your lineup, and do you think that the Brickyard has that sentimental value for a lot of the teams and drivers?
Yeah, I mean, popular is it's kind of a little bit of a loaded question. I mean, popular fans might be different than popular with certain drivers. I mean, everybody has the tracks they really like, and other ones they don't like as much. I think as far as prestige and places you want to win at and all that, I think the Daytona 500 I think is one that all stock car racers would like to win more than any other race, and I think the Brickyard's probably second in most people's book, for sure.